And you were so precocious as a footballer that things happened very quickly for you, didn't they? Glenn mentioned the fact that you trained with the Rangers first team when you were 15, and you know that game when you were 18 years old, you played for Chelsea in that FA Cup game against Liverpool, and the whole country was talking about you. Frank Lampard called you incredible. Alan Shearer said you bossed the game, and I think Jermaine Gina said on the BBC, Billy Gilmour has looked like he's having a kickabout in the park with his mates. That's the biggest compliment I can give him. I'm sure it didn't feel like a kickabout, but it must have felt like a bit of a breakthrough moment that to get recognised.
Of course it was a massive moment for me, but I was only going out there to play football. This is something I've dreamed of, and what's a better stage to do it? FA Cup, playing against Liverpool, and playing for Chelsea, and my family are down watching, and I remember in the tunnel I was nervous, most nervous I've ever been, thinking this is going to be a tough game, just one wee touches, little passes. But then when you gain that confidence in the game, your one touch pass, and maybe you've switched to play and the fans are cheering, you get that bit of confidence, and then you just settle right into it. And after that, I just wanted more. I was like, yeah, I can do it. I says I wanted more of it. Ended up playing Everton the weekend later, played the game, and I'm loving this. COVID happened and blah blah blah, but that week was kind of a changing moment for me, where it was to push on and do more.
And I suppose timing's everything in football, isn't it? And Frank Lampard at the helm, and Chelsea at that point were probably uncharacteristically giving youth a chance, weren't they? You got Tammy Abraham, Mason Mount, Tamori, who'd been down here with us previous, and yourself. So like, if you were maybe 4 or 5 years earlier, you might not have got that opportunity, but because Frank was in charge, you obviously got that and ran with it.
I think it was for most of them. I think because Mason, if I with Derby, with Frank Lampard, come back, and most of the boys that we were training with in the youth were starting to go over playing the games, and there was a pathway. You could see that, oh, there's a chance if I'm playing well, I might be getting an opportunity. And went pre-season with them, trained all the time with them, finally got moved over, and then got given my opportunity, and it was just one of the points to sink or swim, go and play and enjoy. And with Frank Lampard, Jody Morris was the assistant who I had, Joe Edwards I had at under 23s at Chelsea, so it wasn't like I was going over and I was like, oh, I don't know anyone. I knew everyone there. They knew if I was having a good game or a bad game. They've seen me growing up. I was just trying to get settled in. Loved every minute of it, and very thankful for, of course, my debut and Frank Lampard being the manager and helping me out in that way.
And I suppose you went from the very top to which was quite a negative season. You joined Norwich after being on the bench of the Champions League final in 2021, and the year after you get relegated with Norwich. And I suppose that just shows you the pitfalls, doesn't it? The highs and lows in football, and in a way, it's a really good thing that you've learned that so early on in your career.
I think with that season, it was really tough. So coming back from an injury, and we've got a new manager, and Thomas Tuchel, top manager, and we had a top team. We went on to win the Champions League, as you said. I was still getting some game time, some minutes, but I was still thinking of before injury. No, I can play. I want to do this, and it wasn't going to work. I had in goal Cantey playing unbelievable, of course, Kovacic, Jorginho, and I'm trying to play against him and have a bit of belief in myself. Anyway, I go on loan to Norwich and thinking, right, okay, could be my season, full season playing games. I like how Norwich play, and it never turned out that way. But on the other hand, I learned so much, and when I think about it now, having talks with other people, Kenny McLean, who's at Scotland, Grant Hanley, I can see the beneficial stuff for it now, but I never gave up on it. I tried to keep going and going. Went to the end of the season, of course, it never worked out, got relegated. It's a poor season, and that's where I'm like, right, do I want to feel that feeling again? No, right, so what do I need to change? And that was as simple as that.
So when you came here, what was your first expectation? To settle in, to work your way into the side? How kind of, when you came here, did you feel a bit, was your confidence slightly low, or did you come here ready for war?
No, I was excited. David Weir and all, Graham Potter at the time as well, were on the phone saying, we like you as a player, we'd like you to come down, fit our style, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yep, sounds good to me. Because I didn't want to go on loan again. I wanted to find a club where I can battle for the position, play week in, week out, have a home, settle for it, do you know what I mean? One of the ones, I was still young, of course, but be going on loan and I didn't want to sit on a bench, and I had Scotland as well in mind, where I want to be first starter for my country always, and that was like my aims. So I came here, I was excited. I remember my first training session, I was buzzing. I knew a couple of boys already, Levi and Tariq, so that helped me a lot. And then again, it's you go from a high to a low. Graham Potter goes the opposite way. De Zerbi comes in, and I find it very difficult to understand how he plays, and I'm thinking I'm understanding the play. Never took me until like 6-7 months to actually get 2 games in a row maybe under my belt under him, and this season's been a total different stage of football for me.
Yeah, there's this feeling that you're really, really coming into your prime now, and is that how it feels to you under this manager in this team?
I'm definitely enjoying my football. I'm playing a lot, most I've ever played consecutively, and he's just given me that confidence to go and express myself, and with the teammates around me as well, they're helping me and encouraging me, and I think we've got a real good squad in there who we want to go and do something together, and hopefully it can be this squad that does it.
You're the top presser in the team, aren't you? Was that right? I think you were a few weeks ago you were anyway.
Top presser?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't stop running my socks off, that's for sure. I'll give it anything for the team. Leave everything out there. That's part of my, well, what I think I need to do. Run, pass the ball, get on the ball. Just the simple stuff, as we say.
Is that not the...
Like the simple things that you need to do.
A lot of people go away from like the minimum is like run around.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
For instance, I could, have a bad game, not on the ball, but I'll make sure that I'm still working my hardest 100% and running, doing the right things, even if I'm on the ball playing terrible. Until that's up to the manager, be like, right, Billy, I've had enough, come off. But maybe it's just an off day, but that was something I'd always give for myself first and the team.
People talk so much in the game now about pressing. It's a pressing game. You don't need your kickboxing skills, but you're a great interceptor of the ball and a depriver of the ball, if you like. What is that based on? Is that based on timing, intuition, anticipation? Because of course Kante was brilliant at it at Chelsea, wasn't he? He could see things 3 moves ahead. Do you think that way? Is that how you operate?
I think for me, like, I'm still learning. I'm not like Moises, who's going to go and win every tackle. He was unbelievable at recovering the ball. I'm slight, but I think I understand the game well enough to know where I think it could go by the shape of his body, or where's the player by scanning. So it's just kind of trying to be smart and maybe not try to be over clever and guess and then sell myself. But it's definitely something that I'm adding to my game. And I want to keep improving on that because I'm.
It must be very satisfying when you stop an attack just through your timing and your anticipation. You just nick the ball off him and off you go.
Yeah, there is no better feeling to start our attack, and when you hear the fans at the Amex when you win the ball and they're all roaring, like, there is a good feeling there. It gives you a confidence boost, and we're going forward. We've got Crew, Adingra on the wing.
Yeah, that bit's easier.
Do you know what I mean? Tariq, when you go, I've done my job. It's up to you guys now. So, no, but there's a good feeling when you do something to pitch. The fans are right behind you, and to be fair, in our squad as well, you can hear us on the pitch. JP, Donkey always shouting, Pascal as well, even from the front line with Danny. Like, it all comes from everyone in the team. Just want to help each other, and back each other up on the pitch.
Yeah, it must be. Well, like you say, we've got a really nice balance at the moment, and when you do your bit and you recover that ball, I mean, you've probably got too many options there. You've got flying wingers either side, you've got like Lallana or whoever in front of you, and Cecil will be back soon. So that bit must be like, you've just got to pick the right pass. That's
the tricky part, where you don't want to stop the counter attack, and you have to know when to go quick, when to go slow. So it's one of the ones, but definitely do love breaking out the ball, especially when it looks like it's on a fast attack and they're going to score.